Welcome back, guys. Okay, now today is the continuation of the benefit of clouds. We are again going to start it from the beginning, but to brush it up, what are the things I have already told you? I will just recap those. There's a less cost. One of the benefit is less cost. If you don't know the detail, go back to the first one. You will understand what it is and that I'm talking about. 24/7 availability, flexibility in capacity, all over functioning, all over getting internet all over. You don't have to do the setups and anything. Automated updates on software, all the live patching and other software upgradation stuffs are going to be taken care of. So start today with the 6th point called security. Now imagine there is a new security being introduced in the industry. Do you know about it? Do you actually can you actually keep a track of it? You need a team to track on this. You need a updated infrastructure to take care of those, because every now and then the hackers are giving challenges to the industry by hacking it, and that is being taken care of by cloud. Security is being completely taken care of by cloud nowadays, so you don't have to take care of that. So 7th point, carbon footprint. What is carbon footprint? This is a term which is introduced quite some time back, to be very precise. But then it was more related to the 24/7 point. But then something has some difference between this. The word carbon footprint means that you want to. Sorry. What carbon footprint means is you want your resources to be available easily. Even if something goes wrong, you should be able to access it. It sounds very similar to 24/7. Not exactly. I tell you why. Because, for example, even if in a cloud there is some failure happens, there is some services are not available. What happens to that? Then you should be auto fix it. For auto fixing it, there are a couple of services like notification, alerts, and Lambda functions to work on putting some task. Say for example, there is a server which is working and this god has some problem. There is a notification and alert which will tell you that or your concerned person that can you please go and look into that system, because that system is behaving funny to me. And or else you can have a system configured that whenever this kind of error happens, take these actions. Restart the server will restart, there will be a minimum of a downtime, and then you are up and cold. That is called as a carbon footprint. Going back to the next point. Next point is enhanced collaboration. Remember one thing very clearly. You are not working alone. Especially in this enterprise world, you are collaborating with multiple teams. You are collaborating with multiple person, and everybody has their own expertise on that. Before you go into it, you have to imagine that you're working in an organization of minimum of 500 to 800. And do you expect that every person is going to communicate, every team is going to communicate what they're doing every day? It's not practically possible. Cloud gives you a facility to work collaboratively together, and this place, when the platform is one, a lot of people are coming in and working in. Now you exactly know what team is doing what. Your responsibility is quite defined. Your responsibility is going to is quite same what others are doing, and that calls for a collaboration of it. Cloud gives you offhand to that, and that gives you a facility that you can not only team, something. It's also geographical location and a different time zone. So maybe your development is going on in Paris, and your DevOps team is in London, and your infrastructure and other stuffs are in New York, how these 3 geographical locations with 3 different time zones working together, that facility is given by cloud very, very seamlessly. Going back to the next point is control on the documents. Let's accept one thing: we are very, very bad at documentation. Documentation is something which we really, really don't want to concentrate more. If you are not an enterprise organization, it gives you a control over the document. It gives you a control over the entire deliverable, and documentation is not important for your client, to be very precise. It's if you notice it and if you see it very carefully, documentation is required on every step of the industry. Every point the documentation is required. It gives you a seamless documentation all over across the place. You change one place and every other place gets reflected. That's something which was required before the clouding technology. It has arrived, and thanks to cloud. Said so. Last but not the least, its 10th point is easily manageable. What do you mean by easily manageable? Everything in cloud is managed. What do you mean by managed? Managed means is managed by somebody else or the system. Now, there are 2 use cases for 2 primary use cases of this. So, say for example, there is a infrastructure which needs to be populated. You're populated in different kind of geographical location, and everybody is asking their own content. For example, if I think about Amazon websites, every country is having its own products and their own rates and have their own currency. Across the country, you can always trade, but then that is not something which is desirable, and it costs a lot. In that case, how do you manage all your catalogs according to the region basis? So what you do is you publish a single catalog, and there is a system which takes care of these catalog system and populate it in multiple regions. If you're not understanding what region is, what availability zone is, we'll get to know this in detail, but then for the time being, you have to understand what manageability and what is that you are managing it. Now, imagine there is the same content which is available across the world, and and this service needs to get how do I say it? Say for example, there is a website, and you are somebody, and it's hosted in US, and somebody in Paris is looking into this website. His contents are available in US, so he has to always travel till US to come back and see that content. In cloud, you have a service called CDN, also called as CloudFront. CloudFront is a term you'll get to know eventually, but then this is a service. What it does is it caches the content in a region basis as and when it's required. It stores it in an edge location for some time, and for the TTL, you may be a couple of jargons. I'm throwing it out over here, but then all those will be cleared eventually, and this is managed automatically by cloud. So there are a lot of other things which are managed automatically. And a couple of things, but say it so, do not misunderstand that everything is managed by cloud. No, you can also choose that you want to manage yourself. That's not a problem. I believe that you have seen the previous video, which covers 5 benefits of cloud. This is another part 2 of it. Keep learning on this, keep subscribing, be happy, and let me know how is it that you're finding it out, and we'll go deep into all these systems, all these services, all these cloud services. We'll do hands-on couple of and we will also get to know that how industry is moving towards cloud. Thank you, thanks a lot, and stay well, enjoy, see you, ta-ta.